Hey guys, it's Alan, Front Page Fab. Tonight we're going to do a little measuring to check our converter to flex plate clearance. I suspect we don't have enough, and that's what contributed to the problem last time. This is another converter I have used in the past, but it bent the input shaft on the inside of the pump last time, so I wanted to double check it and check it for what its clearance was. So that's what we're going to do. So stay tuned, stick around, and don't forget to like and subscribe.
Let's get in the shop and build some.
Okay, so we're going to do a little measuring tonight. What I've done is I've set up this piece of aluminum angle on here, kind of got it clamped on there. And what I've done is I have measured, so this is my surface. So this is what's going to be the surface that touches the spacer plate on the big block Ford. So I'm going from here, and we're going to measure this distance right here. And then we're going to get underneath the hot rod here in a bit, and we're going to measure from the mid plate out to the mounting surface where that goes. So to do this, what I've done is I'm going to measure from the same place every time. That's the goal. And I'm going to rotate this converter, and I'm going to measure all 4 mounting points. Okay, so let's get to it. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm measuring out, and I'm making sure I'm square, and I'm showing on that paint. You gotta make sure you're not on any burrs or anything. There I'm getting about 115 thousandths. Make sure I got that all the way in. I'm gonna measure it again. Yep, about 115 thousandths. Now we're going to come around. We'll measure the next tab. About 126 there. Okay. Here, the next tab, I got about 124. Next tab, I got about 115 again. And finally the last tab. About 120. Okay, so now we have that. We've got all that wrote down. Now we need to go underneath the truck, and we need to record that. I apologize that you guys are on an angle. I'm struggling to find a better place to clamp you. Let's see, can I go here? All right, I apologize here, guys. This is kind of, I don't have a very good spot here. Anyway, so what we're going to do here is I'm going to get my dial caliper. So here's my mid plate right here. This mid plate is 1/8 of an inch thick. This is my flex plate. And if you notice where the ring gear is here, it is flush with this surface right here. I put a square on it and it is flush. So what I'm going to do is I've got my flex plate on here and I'm just going to hold it tight and I'm going to take a measurement from the flex plate out to here. Okay? I'm going to do it here, and up here. And I've already done it, so I know what the numbers are going to be, but we'll see here. Last time I did it, I had bolts holding all this in place. But so let's just see. Let's do a number here. So I'm going to go from here to there. And that number is about 910. Okay. Let's do it again. I got to make sure I get in a spot where there is no interference. And again, that's about 908, 910. Okay, now we're going to come up here. We're going to do it up here. And I got to make sure that one measured about 920, but yeah, okay. I want to make sure I didn't have a pocket cut out there for. All right. That was about 900. Let's do it again. About 905. Now we're going to do it over here. And I am sorry, but I am upside down on this one. Make sure we get there. And again, I'm about 898. So we're pretty consistent. So we're going to use 900 thousandths from the plate here out to out. So this is where the bell housing bolts to, this surface here. It'll mate here. We're going to come out here, which we know is 900 thousandths, and we're going to check that over there. And we should be pretty close. Let's go double check it. Okay, so we got all of our measurements now, and I got a low on the converter. I got a low of 1.020 and a high of about 1.026. So and then we crawled under there, and I measured from the mid plate out to where the mounting tabs are for the converter on the flex plate, and I got 0.900 to about 0.903 roughly. So that puts me at about a clearance of 0.1, about 0.118 or 9 to 0.127, I think, somewhere right in that range. I'll have to do the math, but anyway, that's 1/8 inch, and that is the minimum recommended by all the Ford specs I have found. So I have two choices. I can run this 8-inch converter. It's a 5500 stall, and I have tested it, and it does stall at 5500 behind my old motor, let's put it that way. Or I can wait on the new converter that I have on order from Broader Performance, which he wants to put me in a 10.25 inch or 10 inch, whatever they call them, however they measure them, converter with a 5,000 stall, so that when I run quarter mile, it won't open up. And also he said it would help me on 1/8 mile, but not as much as it would on quarter mile. Also, by setting it up at 5,000 stall, he said when I add nitrous to this, then it will raise the stall on there. He said probably between 5,500 and 5,700, he's thinking. So I got a decision to make. I've been down for about a month now, a little over a month, since actually, yeah, almost a month and a half now, waiting on stuff. I waited to get my transmission back. Guy was busy, and you know, it is what it is, so I don't fault him at all. And now we're just waiting on Jay down at Broader Performance. But I'm really wanting to go out and get this thing, make a full pass lick, full tilt boogie. Of course, at first when I take it out, I'll do some just lighter passes, do some testing, and once I'm satisfied, then we'll light candles on this bad boy. So that's my plan. I just have to make a decision. Wait for Jay and just change the converter once, and then use this one as a backup, I guess, or put this one in as it is. I think I'm not going to go out to the track this weekend because it's going to be like 97 or 98 on Friday night, test and tune. I ain't into that. No way, no how. The following weekend we are camping, so no playing with the truck then. So that puts me at two more weeks, 3 Fridays, before I can get my toy out and play. And I really want to play, but gotta be patient a little bit longer. So hopefully by then Jay will have the converter to me and I can just use that and be done with it. Anyway, that's kind of where we're at. If he's going to be longer than that, I may just go ahead and run this 8 inch since I'm just going to do 1/8 mile right now. So that's where we're at. Really appreciate you guys watching, and stay tuned. We got more content coming. I know it's been a while. I took a break. Really didn't have much going on since I was waiting on parts for this thing. And we've had gardening, all that stuff's coming on. So I did that. But well, as soon as I get a converter, we'll get all this filmed to get it back in and check it all out. One thing I did do tonight, just as a precaution, I went ahead and pulled the oil filter off that was in it. I've got it draining right now. Tomorrow night I'll cut it open with a filter cutter, and I'll just check all the pleats and make sure we didn't take out a thrust bearing. I don't think we did, but I just want to, it's a precaution. So that's what we'll do. And I can film that as well, so you can see something. But anyway, I do have several projects coming up. Just summer's kind of the time where you don't want to be in the shop working, you want to be out playing. So probably come this fall, we'll get busy back in the shop again. We got a lawn roller to make, and I am going to use that rolling basket you saw in one of my previous videos, and I am going to make a Perfecta clone with it. That basket's 68 inches wide. I'm going to make a 5-foot Perfecta. It's a little much for my little 2305 John Deere, but I'll just drop a couple shoes. Basically the Perfectas, you can get a 4-foot or a 5-foot. 4-foot's recommended for the size I have. The other thing I can do is leave it a 5-foot width, use the small duck feet shovels, and then put gauge wheels on it to help control the depth, along with the tension on the rolling basket that'll be on the back. So we'll see. We got some things to think about there, and so that's coming up. That'll be a couple projects cooking this winter, and then we'll see what else we get into. Have a good one.